Hi, I'm Nicole. I'm a relationship and intimacy coach, and jumping off of last week, I've been looking into the neuroscience of love, which actually led me to a really eye-opening talk by a couples therapist named Liza Shaw. It wasn't about neuroscience, there'll be more on that later. It was about micro paradigm shifts away from old models of thinking about marriage. I'm all about paradigm shifting. So today we're going to dismantle 5 outdated ideas about what it takes to have a happy and enduring relationship. And we're going to replace them with a new ethos actually more likely to support that dream. Have you ever heard it suggested that people who love each other shouldn't hurt each other? I mean, what is that? Advice? Is that like advice for marriage? Look, empirical evidence proves that given enough time, not even very much time, we will hurt each other's feelings. It happens. And we're especially vulnerable to those we love because they're more important to us. So, don't hurt each other is not a useful ethos because it does nothing to prepare us to deal with pain or conflict or guilt or shame. And aside from being unprepared, we often end up catastrophizing and questioning our partner's love every time they hurt our feelings. If we stop telling our kids and our newlyweds, don't hurt each other, and instead let them know that hurt feelings are an inevitability, especially in marriage, we may actually become a culture that values preparing for life partnership by teaching and developing resolution skills. We may become a culture that values the opportunity in hurting each other's feelings, in learning and recovering from our mistakes, as well as the fine art of forgiveness. How about this one? A happy marriage requires compromise. Here's the thing. Compromise doesn't feel great because nobody got what they really wanted. No one is empowered, and no one and nothing thrives on compromise. The best you can hope for is turn taking. And the thing about turn taking is you have to keep score. And the thing about keeping score is you're not on the same team. When you adopt compromise as a fundamental approach to your relationship and your life decisions together, then someone is always giving something up, and the inevitable outcome is resentment. Compromise is giving up on the possibility of creating solutions together. And creating solutions together never feels like compromise. Better than getting what you want is getting what you both want. I'm not saying it's easy to innovate this way, but the first step is to abandon the idea that a successful, happy relationship is only possible through compromise. When you no longer consider compromise to be the best, most appropriate option, then you actually consider other options, and you may even create some. And so, a happy marriage requires creating satisfying solutions together. That's the new ethos. We've all heard this one a lot. Never go to bed angry. This one is so ubiquitous that I'm actually going to have to bust out some of that neuroscience to counter it. When you're angry, your limbic system is activated, specifically your amygdala, which is often referred to as your lizard brain because it's responsible for your fight, flight, or freeze reactions to stressful stimuli. Your prefrontal cortex is responsible for creativity and problem solving, and for more or less obsolete evolutionary reasons, it bends a knee to the more survival-oriented systems of your brain. So basically, when you try to solve a problem while you're upset, you've already lost. Instead of staying up late to have an argument, which I'm not judging, I've done that many times, just go to bed. Calm down. Sleep off some of that adrenaline. Trust that tomorrow will provide you with another opportunity to express yourselves and to work it out. You'll save time and energy using your prefrontal cortex to solve a problem, and you may actually solve it without exchanging as many harsh words with the person you love. Okay, this is a big one. When we get married, we will fulfill each other's needs and make each other happy. There are so many problems with this. First of all, it displaces the power of fulfillment from oneself to someone else, and that's a bit of a trapdoor. When two empty vessels are trying to fill each other, what you have is less of a loving gestalt and more of a collapsed souffle. Shaw said it beautifully. Happiness is the byproduct of true contribution. When you're not reliant on your partner to fulfill your needs, then you come to the relationship whole, needing nothing, and ready to meaningfully contribute to your partner's happiness. When you're each responsible for yourself, there's no need to take turns. Sharing without the need for reciprocity feels good, and that's when true contribution is born out of authentic love. And finally, there's the old adage, it takes two to make a marriage work. But actually, it takes two to maintain conflict. It only takes one to break old patterns and introduce new ideas that benefit the relationship. So that's all I have for you today. If you need help shifting the micro paradigms in your relationship, shoot me a message or send me an email. I would love to help you.